Good news, though. Donald Sutherland just died.
That's not good news.
And we didn't kill him.
That's good news.
Yes. I actually liked him. He was a really good actor.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Sounds pretty decent, too.
Yeah, anybody can spit out Kiefer and name their kid Kiefer.
Pretty sure he didn't spit him out.
Do you think he got called Queefer?
Absolutely.
Is this too soon?
No, he's still alive.
No, I know, but like his dad and stuff.
I don't know. I mean, no, because by the time this episode airs, it'll have been a couple months.
When the healing will have started.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to trust you on that.
People will have watched, what's the one I'm thinking of? Beer Fest nonstop.
Which is Donald in that?
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing I saw him in, I think he wasn't he in the Hunger Games? Wasn't he in those?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Either way, it sucks that he's gone now. Just hang out with your slang out. Welcome to the show, guys. All right, so I've heard of this word. It's starting to catch on, but recently, I've heard that it might be something that's pretty current. So maybe we should jump on it right now.
Nards.
Always nards. I haven't heard nards in forever.
Might have to do that one eventually.
I recently went to see my eye doctor, Dr. Johnson. She's actually a fan of the podcast. And she discussed she has teenagers, and she was saying that they say the word 8, not the number.
Like the past tense activity.
The word is 8, ATE. Dr. Johnson, she said her
ATE, that's one of those things that you take through the dunes and stuff.
Yeah. You can get in 3 wheels or 4 wheels.
Okay.
Yeah. So 8. And she said her daughters say it 10 times a day. And there's some versions that they throw out there.
Do they eat 10 times a day and they follow eating by saying, hey, I ate?
Do any teenage girls eat 10 times a day?
Yes, but only very small bites.
Yeah.
One leaf of lettuce. No, not teenagers.
Have you heard that used before? 8.
You know what? I don't think that I have.
Okay. Well, actually, we used to use that back in the day.
You might have.
You didn't? Like if you wrecked your bike, you'd have been like, oh, that guy just ate shit. Right?
Sure, but to me, then the words ate shit. It's not eat. I mean, yeah, I guess you would say.
But now it means the opposite. Yeah. You had to have said that. On your BMX, all that stuff.
I didn't have a BMX.
Diamondback?
No, I didn't have a Diamondback either.
What'd you have?
I don't know. Something cheap and shitty. Huffy.
No wonder you liked Rad so much, the movie.
Yeah. I wanted that glow up, man.
That was a big deal back when we were growing up, though. Like, if you could afford the nice bikes,
I want to do too.
Glow up.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one to do.
No, it was a big deal. It was funny too, because like, not for the same style of bikes, but for mountain bikes, Specialized was really huge. My friend's a big Specialized fan, and I used to always make fun of them because they have the stupidest logo in the history of logos. Like, it literally is a person that went
Zorro.
Yeah, it was Zorro, but with a paintbrush. And then they were like, yes, that's the one. Let's put that on every bike we make.
Artistic Zorro. Well, I think as an example of the way the youth is using this, the kids are using this today, 8, you would say, if you saw me on my bike just pedaling away and I jump, do some kick flip, trip, chips, whatever they're called.
You said something about chips and dip?
You would have been like, man, you just ate that, man. Because it means that there was something impressive. I did that really well. So I just ate that.
So wait.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is we used to use this term.
Mm-hmm. And it meant
the complete opposite of everything you just said.
Yep. Which I've had an epiphany lately. It seems like all the new slang is that. They are literally just turning it the opposite of what we had it as we were growing up. Most of it.
You know what it is? This entire fucking generation is just trolling us. That's all they're doing.
They're not that smart.
They are that smart. They're evil geniuses. They're tiny evil geniuses.
Tiny evil baby geniuses.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get us back on track.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So what you're telling me is they took this word.
That's how we're going to start the podcast. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll just go with it.
They took this word that we used for something. Well, and like I said, it was never an on its own thing before. And now you explaining it with them, I also don't think it's an on its own thing. But 8 used to be bad. Now 8 is good. This is like...
But is 8 enough? Is 8 is enough?
8 is enough, yeah.
Is 8 enough? That was kind of a joke, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You could do better.
Sadly, I don't think I can.
I know. I was just trying.
We have 65 episodes to prove the opposite of that.
I was just trying to be positive for once. Not to be confused with the blood type.
I'm saying, aren't you A negative?
I am a negative person, yes.
Yeah, you are a negative. Asshole.
Look at these assholes.
You asshole.
A bunch of assholes.
If you ate it, you have done a great job at something.
What?
I eat this shit every day.
A piece of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast. If you ate something, you did a great job. Now, here's the only way where I can see that fits.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably multiple ways, but I'm going to pretend at the moment that this is the only way I can see where that fits. When you're growing up as a child, you really want dessert. There's one rule, right?
Yeah.
You got to eat everything on your plate. By eating everything on your plate, by extension, you're doing a good job because you're doing what your parents asked you to do in order to get dessert. And you're being rewarded with the dessert, which further shows that you're doing a good job.
Okay.
So I don't entirely not understand this term. That was weird double negativeness going through there. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know that that's what it's from, but I could make the argument that would make sense if that's what it was from.
Something like nom nom used to be a thing. Nom nom's like when you're eating a bunch of food or something like that. And I know it's either in a movie or it was a comedian's, like on one of his specials. And he was talking about, I ate that stuff up. No, I ate that shit up. So that's all I can think of is maybe that is a spinoff of that. So like you ate that, like you'd conquered that. Like you, and
no, because to me, like ate that shit up is dealing more with like you found some like something intellectual that you really like just latched onto. And that's probably because I'm a nerd, but that's the way I think of it when I hear I ate that shit up. Like you had something presented to you that you liked so much that you couldn't like pull yourself away from it. It was like watching the little brother in Christmas Story eat the mashed potatoes. What's the mashed potatoes?
I don't know if it's that kind of party though.
I just know that, oh man, I just know that he was showing how the little piggies eat.
The cool thing about this is I'm going to give Dr. Johnson another shout out because she's awesome. Because she fixes my blind ass head.
Your doctor's name is Doc Johnson?
Mm-hmm. She used to play basketball back in the 70s. She actually showed me a feed of her kids and her talking. There's this whole thing. And she's like, well, look, see, this is what they do. And then she's like, you did this, Mom. You did so great. You ate that. And then the other kid jumped in and was like, yeah, you ate that. You devoured that. And I was just like, okay. And then there was the whole, yeah, you devoured that. We're talking no crumbs. So like it just kept going.
No crumbs.
No crumbs.
This podcast is over. Are these really things kids are saying?
Yeah. And
well, okay, but I need, because you said the video was talking about, what was the thing that she did that she ate / devoured / no crumbs were remaining?
I don't remember what it was because I was more worried about
Did she beat Legend of Zelda? Because I'll give her props and say no crumbs. That? Yeah.
No crumbs. No crumbs. Isn't that a TLC song?
That's No Scrubs.
Isn't that a Weird Al song?
No crumbs would be like beating Contra with the original 3 men instead of using the cheat code to get to 30.
I feel ya. Yeah, there's no lies detected there.
I don't want no crumbs.
No crumbs is pretty simple.
I'd rather use no crumbs than 8. But I don't know that I still can get behind the way it's being used. I would use it before I used 8.
But if you take the actual words we just said, I would rather have no crumbs than 8 and you're thinking about actual food, that just gave me dyslexia, right?
I don't think that was the thing that.
But here's the thing: with 8, at first I was just like the whole flip flop of the word. Like we used to use it as like, oh, we just ate shit, or we screwed up, or whatever like that, or you just bit it. It being flip flop, that kind of usually annoys me. But if Tyla, your extra special daughter, your daughter-in-law,
Bonus daughter.
all right, bonus daughter, she come with an extra life. Is that how that works?
Yes, but only if she gets the flashing star.
Oh, I thought it was the shroom.
Wait,
Shrooms, right? Shrooms?
Shrooms? No.
Mushroom.
No. Was it a shroom?
Oh, no, the star makes you kill everything. The
star
shroom makes you big.
Yeah. The other shroom makes you shoot fireballs out of your nose.
Fireball. But if she were to come in and use it,
What the fuck is the extra man thing?
you get 100 coins.
But there's another one. There's also a one-up.
I think you just hit it and it is a mushroom.
Yeah, it's just a different color mushroom, right?
And you have to catch it or something like that. I don't know. We're authorities on this, by the way.
How did we not like dive deeper into the fact that 2 Italians were on shrooms running around a mystical world with flying turtles?
I'm really thinking we should do video games as our next episode.
Like we didn't think that they were high when they were making these things?
I'm telling you, for other podcasts.
Oh, look, it's a floating princess. There are shrooms that we have to get for power-ups, but also one of our best friends looks like a shroom. What am I to do?
Do you really have a best friend that looks like a shroom? Don't you look at me.
Listen, you've let your hair grow out.
Hey, eyes up. Look me in the eyes, please.
That's
Get
gross.
It? You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to cut that out.
Why?
Stuff like that can't make it to the cloud.
But I think if Tyler were to come in here and use that in the context that they're doing it, I think it'd be cute.
I guess.
If she did, it'd be cute.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to hear it in context.
If Reese said it, I'd want to slap him.
He'd probably be
That's his other daughter.
He's not a daughter.
What is he? He's a bonus
son.
boy? Bonus boy. Isn't that that's Duran Duran's third album? Bonus Boys?
No, it's that it's the band that was named after the comic book character in The Simpsons.
And we've gotten to the point where a lot of the words are 10 years from now, we may not be able to say 8.
I hope so.
Like the number 8, maybe.
Well, but then are you going to have to spell out whatever you're saying?
All I know is 8 is enough. Will you use 8? The number?
No, like the number? Yeah, probably.
It's infinity, dude. You got to use it.
8 isn't infinity.
When you knock it over, it's infinity, dude.
Not really.
What? Why not?
Because it's not the same thing.
Come on. I just totally ate that all up.
No. Plenty of crumbs left.
Plenty of crumbs? You want some?
Extra crumbs.
Okay.
Nothing but crumbs.
I'd like to think I devoured that, but
it's like James Baker's cornbread. Just
now, the other thing I discussed with my doctor, though, other than my horrible eyes.
Listen, I don't want to hear about your prostate exam.
Yeah, why do they do that when you're trying to get your eyes checked?
I feel like that's weird too, but like I think it's because when the first knuckle goes in, if your eyes pop out of your head, that's not good for your vision, and so
they just want
to make sure that those things.
I just thought it had something to do with the new AI tech that they do, but so she shouldn't have took those pictures. All right, but she mentioned.
This is also good because we found one of the people that listens to our podcast.
True.
She's going to hear this episode and never be able to listen to our podcast again.
Nope. I will definitely be censoring some of this.
Yeah. That's good.
No, she's been following us for like probably almost from the beginning for like a year. And so far so good. She says she loves to check in on us on Instagram, which it'd be nice if some of the other peeps do it.
Sure.
Oh, good news. They finally allowed your mouth on YouTube.
Was my mouth not allowed on YouTube?
Nope. They were like, we kept getting turned down. I've been trying to get us on YouTube for years.
Oh.
They're like, get that guy under control.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I thought that for some reason you were saying specifically my mouth was banned from YouTube. And I was like, when has my mouth been on YouTube? Now, keep in mind, it has been on YouTube.
High school.
No, when I was doing the Beer 30 videos for one of my jobs. But no.
Beer 30?
Yeah.
Is that like Young MC's new album?
No.
Oh. I'd put you in my video.
That's Rum Shaker.
The Rim Shaker. That's what but thank you, Dr. Johnson. I'd use your full name, but I don't know if you'd be okay with that. So
we'll call you Doc Johnson. Or maybe Don Johnson.
DJ?
Or maybe Don Knotts. Or maybe Knots Landing.
I can't say the next one.
Oh.
Well, you're keeping it nice, and I was like going to say Landing Strip, and then we could do Strip.
Oh, no. You could have gone from Knots Landing to King's Landing.
To Stephen King.
To Steven Seagal. To Bugsy Siegel.
Close. I was trying to think of something with seagulls, and seagull shit.
Nice.
Shit weasel.
Nice.
Weasel. Who was the wheeze?
Oh,
the wheeze, bruh.
Yeah, no. Pauly Shore. But somebody posted a video the other day that I think is super appropriate, and we're gonna need to deep dive this and make some episodes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Pauly Shore, in his heyday, was the king of slang that may or may not have meant anything.
He actually invented some.
Yeah, 100%. And so it'd be really interesting to go back into all those things that he said and kind of parse them and make some episodes out of it.
Yeah, he took the MTV thing, ran with that.
I never thought that I would say, let's pull from Pauly Shore's intelligence.
He had about a 4-movie run there. It was only lasted like a year and a half.
It wasn't very long.
Because he burned out pretty quick. But when Encino Man hit, he was pretty funny for the moment. I don't know if it would hold up now.
It's amazing that Brendan Fraser went from that part of his life to winning an Oscar.
Mm-hmm. But what was the Pauly Shore one when he's on the farm?
It might have just been called On
Son-in-law.
the Farm. Oh, Son-in-law. Yeah. And there was Biodome.
Biodome's, I think, when we started hanging out with the Baldwins, it kind of all went downhill.
Well, he wasn't hanging out with the Baldwins. He was hanging out with this shitty Baldwin.
Hanging out with the Baldwins. That sounds like something else.
Because there are plenty of things that Baldwins are involved in that aren't shitty.
Don't they call that when you go to jail, hanging out with the Baldwins?
I will point, yes.
That's the Sheens.
I will point to 30 Rock and Backdraft is two different Baldwins where that's not the shit end of the stick.
No, Backdraft was pretty good. But as we started to say, I don't know if I finished my thought.
I'd be surprised if you did.
He got us kicked off YouTube. We're back on.
Wait, I got us kicked off of YouTube?
Just go with it. So officially you can find us on YouTube. Audio and video. Hopefully you guys like it.
I got us kicked off YouTube?
Yeah. Have you seen your shorts?
Yes. And they're perfectly
It was all those beer.
cromulent.
It was all those beer. Cromulents? I hate those guys.
No, that's never.
They're the bad guys in Lord of the Rings, right?
No.
Game of Thrones.
No. Also would have been Star Trek, if anything, but no.
I know that. I know things.
But that's not what it is.
So, Pauly Shore fan?
Yeah. Yes. But it's because, like, I'm never going to go out of my way to see a Pauly Shore thing, but I can go into a thing with Pauly Shore in it, knowing what I'm going to get and think that he's a good time while I'm watching it.
Yeah. Wasn't his mom the one who owned the Laugh Factory or something? So he came up as a kid. He was around all the best comedians and all that stuff.
No, I didn't know that. Maybe.
Yeah.
I thought that was Don Rickles, but whatever.
He probably knew him when he was a little shit too. Not Don Rickles, Pauly Shore.
Right.
Will you use 8? I think I asked you this and we got detoured.
Yes, because I didn't want to talk about it anymore. No, I will not use it. Like I said, there may be a point where I use no crumbs because for some reason I just think that's fun.
That does sound kind of fun, right?
But 8 sounds stupid.
Okay, well, how about this? 8 means 2 different things. When we grew up, it meant like kind of something bad, like that just sucked. And then now it means you just handled something really well, did something really good. Can you give me an example of one of those, each of those in your life?
No.
Come on, there's a whole bunch of times you ate shit.
That's not fair.
What are you talking about? I've had to cut a bunch of them because when you start talking about them, it's like, oh, I just feel sad for this guy.
That's rude. What's a time that I ate shit?
Not literally. Just now because
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not going to say ate shit. Ate it. Like I had an opportunity to do well and I didn't do well.
Do you ever physically eat shit, like trip over your feet or bail at the worst possible moment?
Oh yeah, I've hurt myself multiple times.
Where you're like, oh, you kind of hope nobody saw that.
I was, I think the best story for that, and it's not falling or tripping or anything like that, but my buddy and I were, did I tell the hockey in the garage story?
No.
My buddy and I were playing hockey in the garage of my mom's house. She was still at work. And I routinely decided that I wanted to play goalie when he and I were playing just because I thought it was fun. And at some point, like after making a few saves, I ended up like down and I ended up like on my stomach. And as I was on my stomach, for the record, this guy's name's Scott Hamilton, which was always fun for me because it wasn't the Scott Hamilton.
I was going to say, you get his autograph?
Yeah. He was bald then too. And
I hope you guys know who Scott Hamilton is.
Yeah.
Former figure skater.
Otherwise that joke's not going to land. It's not going to stick the landing on the triple sow cow. Anyways, so he kept shooting, which is fine. But one of his shots was coming directly for my face. Well, what do you do when something's coming directly for your face?
It depends on what's coming at your face.
What do you do if something that looks like it could hurt you is coming at your face?
Scream and then pee myself.
What would thank you.
Okay.
So I'm on my stomach. So I ducked into the cement. And broke my nose.
No, really?
Yeah. And I was bleeding for like 45 minutes. But my dad, this was after my...
What was the age? Ballpark?
12, 13. It might have been a little older than that. It was after my parents had... No, it would have had to have been after that because they didn't move into the house until 90... No, because they got married in the house in 93. So yeah, 13, 14.
Good.
But yeah, my dad was at his house because he had dropped his car off to get work done. And he was nice enough. I don't know if he was nice enough is the right way to put this, but when he and my stepmom bought a house, they bought a house within walking distance from my mom. So that like at any given time, if I wanted to walk over there and hang out with them or be at home, I could do that.
Perfect.
And so Scott called him. He didn't have a car, so he sprinted, which is probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Okay.
To get to me to make sure I was okay. Knowing that if I wasn't, there wasn't anything he could do anyway because we didn't have the car.
Damage is done.
So anyways, just busted my nose.
All right. So what's one time that you did something, that you ate something now that you did well? I have a couple examples just since I've known you.
Yeah, you do? Like what?
Top of my head, we've to discuss this already. Bowling.
Yeah, but I'm not that good at bowling.
That night I'm
that much better than you at bowling.
You totally ate that night. You were kicking everybody's ass that night.
Yes, but
just take the compliment.
No, I don't like. I'm not good at bowling. And you know how I am about sports. So like, I am better than a lot of people at bowling. I will never consider myself good at bowling because I know
the bar was pretty low that night, but you still did what you said you're going to do.
Well, sure.
That and okay, buckle up. You're probably gonna like put this as your ringtone. The night that my co-host came up with the name of this podcast, in pretty much kind of in the vein of what we were going to do, he ate that shit. Great. It was perfect. It was kind of kismet. It kind of snowballed into something, but you knocked that shit out of the park.
You know the saddest part about this moment for me?
What?
That's never going to make it through the edit.
I'll start the podcast with that. People will be like, what are they even talking about?
You're going to be like, wait, no, I can't let everybody know that.
I'm going to cut out your name.
Cutting room floor, conveniently before we start moving to a program that puts everything in the cloud.
Cut out your name and I'll put Polly Shore in there instead.
Mr. Black.
But seriously, I mean, you've had a lot of really good ideas where it's come to that, but everything kind of, that's what honestly lit the fire under my ass. I was planning on doing this anyways, but it's kind of hard when you have a million ideas or starting from nothing. And then we were just sitting there in riffing and it was funny. And then you were just like, this is what it should be about. And then you were like, hang out with your slang out. And I was just like, well, let's see if it's there. And it hadn't been taken. And I was just like, we were designing shirts and sweatpants by the end of the night. So I was just like, yeah, you totally, you knocked it out of the park.
We had merch sold before we even hit the end of that conversation.
Yeah. So I'm giving you the credit. It only took 60 something, 70 something episodes.
Well, that's a wrap. It's been good being your co-host for a while. But we obviously can't have a show anymore because
moving on down the road.
Nobody can ever know.
So there you go. I gave you a couple things. Times I thought you ate it. You did pretty good.
Thanks, man.
No crumbs, dude.
I wish I had some for you.
I know. You have to dig deep.
No,
I can give you my story about.
I'll give you one about you.
The good one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you got plenty of the bad ones for me as well.
Absolutely.
He's seen me eat shit so much.
Yeah. But one of the good ones, well, the biggest one for me is also deals with this podcast because I would not know how to do all the editing that you do to make the podcast sound good.
Mm-hmm.
And I routinely get compliments from people about how good our podcast sounds, which is impressive because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And you've heard our episodes. They're not that good. So it takes a lot of editing just to get to that level.
Well, imagine how bad this would sound if we just sounded like guys recording on their iPhones.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do. God bless them. But I'm
if I ever record on my iPhone, it's because I'm using a voice modifier to sound cool.
Yeah, that's not his real voice at all.
We should totally do that. We should do an episode where you get to be Optimus Prime.
And you get to be Pauly Shore?
No, Bobcat Goldthwait.
No. You should be
I'll be Darth Vader. Can you imagine if Darth Vader and Optimus Prime were hosting
that would be
podcasts?
pretty cool. Why can't I remember his name? Rip Taylor. Rip Torn. Rip. What's his name?
Rip Van Winkle. Rip
Torn, right? Rip.
The
guy from Dodgeball.
Oh,
and Men in Black and
yeah, and the X-Men movies.
Is he in the X-Men?
Yeah, isn't he the guy that makes Wolverine?
He's Rip Torn. No, totally different guy.
Who's that guy? Oh, that's the guy from.
I don't remember the name of that guy. He's been in a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, that's the guy from. What's that show that's been on for a while where the kids are trying to take the media mogul's company from him?
Oh, Stranger Things.
No, well, that's not it.
You want to hear the time I ate shit?
The time? Yeah. Let's talk about the time you ate shit.
I was one, and the dog had taken his shit on it. No, that's not it. But my mom better not listen to this episode.
Why is it about her?
No, well, the mom's not going to want to know what this happened. But we were talking about bikes earlier, right? Growing up in the mid 80s, late 80s, it was kind of like go outside, do shit, come home when you're ready.
Go outside, do shit, eat shit, come home when you're ready.
And all there was to do in my little town was ride my bike. And then back then I used to get in my own like little zone, like I was fighting dragons and stuff and jumping hills and stuff like that. Well,
like the auto zone?
Yeah. We had these little bike trails that would intersect with all the streets where we lived. And they'd always have these big little hills that you could jump that would literally jump you into the middle of the street. And I used to go all the way up like 5-6 blocks and then just ride, jump, like my own little ollies and stuff. And,
oh man, this is going to end poorly.
Yeah. And I jumped one, flipped my thing sideways thinking I was the coolest guy in the world. Cause I think I was redoing, I think I was pretending to be in the Transformers or maybe it was Voltron. I don't know. Either way, a white car hit me and knocked me onto the ground. Dinged up I'm surprised it didn't ding up my bike more, but it effed up my leg and I thought I was going to get in big trouble. So I never told anybody. And I wheeled that home crying. Pants were all tore up. And I still have troubles with that knee. But it was pretty cool. It was just like in the movies when you see a kid get hit and they slide off the hood. Happens exactly like that.
That's probably about how it happened when I hit a person with my car.
Was that you?
I didn't want to be the one to say it. But
Shit, you were like 4 years old driving? You little bastard.
crazy, right? It was, no, I was
The person didn't help me, by the way, either.
driving. Of course not.
Well,
Where were you?
They probably spilled their beer.
Where were you?
Huh? Okay. Kingman. I was on the streets of Kingman.
What are they going to stop and do? Be like, here, take some meth. It'll feel better.
Meth wasn't around yet. It would have been just good old fashioned. Would have been crack back then?
No, it's Kingman. Crank at the best. There's no way they could have afforded crack. No, I was driving around Tempe. I don't remember if it was after a haircut and I was coming home or what the hell was going on. And I get to this stoplight and I'm looking left. I'm going to turn right, checking for traffic. I turn back, look right, don't see anything. Turn back, look left. And finally there's a gap. Well, apparently there was a girl. She on a bike? I don't think she was on a bike. Was she on rollerblades? I don't think she was on rollerblades either.
She was on a bike with rollerblades.
Apparently, which would be awesome.
With ice skates.
But apparently she decided to move faster than I possibly could have seen and was in my car at the exact moment that I decided to go forward and make that right turn. And so I rolled her up and she fell back down off the foot of the car. And I jump out. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I think I'm fine. I was like, can I give you my insurance information? She's like, no, I'll be fine. I was like, no, take my information for insurance because if anything happens to you, I need you to have this information. She's like, no, I'm going to be fine. I was like, that's fine that you think you're going to be fine. Can you please take this information?
That's how you got Candace to marry you?
That's why I'm not allowed in Tempe anymore.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. You think he's lying? Well, did we eat this episode? Did you say we devoured this one?
No, I think there's still some crumbs left. It's not a lot.
I think by the time I'm finished editing it, we'll say, yeah, we devoured
Crumbless.
it. Crumbless? Yeah, that's a pretty good band name. Crumbless. Crumbless? Crumbless.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Never met him.
Have you seen the movie though?
No. I heard it's pretty good though.
It's pretty good.
Not good enough to be talking about the end of the podcast. You just ate shit there.
You know what you need to watch?
Lots of things.
Yes, you do. But there was a documentary about Gene Wilder.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Oh,
is it good?
Oh man,
yeah, I love him.
That was tough.
Is it?
Yeah, and especially because I don't know when they started this. They must have started it before he passed away because either that or they did his voice with AI. Because there's a whole bunch of clips of him like talking throughout it in like a timely way where it would make it sound like he was part of the recording process.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, yeah, that one got me right in the feels because I love me some Gene Wilder.
There's a Jim Henson one out directed by Ron Howard, and I can't wait to dig into that, but I'm going to cry like a baby watching that.
Probably.
He's like my hero.
But I mean, that's sort of your thing.
Cry like a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do that. I eat that. I ate that shit every day. No crumbs.
Never.
I devour that shit.
Never any crumbs. You know why I like no crumbs? Because it sounds like I'm about to say no cap, but which I refuse to say. And so.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about with the doctor. We had discussed that the plan is to use this as much as we can. And she's all, please, on your podcast, use it as much as you can so we can kill the word. I'm like, we're straight slang assassins. That's what we do.
Our problem, though, Daniel, is that we're not killing words. Somehow we're killing people.
Well, we can't kill Donald Sutherland again. Pauly Shore better watch his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said watch it, not wash it, because Pauly never washed his ass.
Well,
it's part of his charm.
Maybe you should watch it. Yeah, I would love to have the power to kill more words. We won't kill them by nature. They'll just sort of fade out. Except for
some of these celebrities were named after slang words.
Like Sigma.
Yeah, maybe like somebody will name their kid Sigma. be real popular, and then we'll take them out.
We'll kill their child. Jesus. This guy,
him too.
This got dark.
Put him on the list.
No, he's already dead.
Is he?
Jesus? Don't worry, he's coming back.
Okay. All right. You had fun this episode, right?
I can only imagine how that's going to go. Encore. It's just like
it's cracking himself.
Well, because I'm seeing it just like a Foo Fighters concert. So it's Dave Grohl, but it's not Dave Grohl, it's Jesus. But it's showing backstage footage of Jesus, and he's just hanging out. And he's like, I know it's been like 2,000 years, but guess who's back?
That's such a South Park episode, what you just did there. Yeah. That's exactly what they would do. the head tilt. If you guys could see the head tilting, it was perfect. All right. On that note, this is Hang Out with Your Slang Out.
Yeah, sure is. Oh, I'm Matt.
Yes, he is. And I'm Dan.
Crumbs or no crumbs, it was still a good episode.
Mm-hmm. You wipe that off your shirt, dude. Don't leave that there.
I'm sure G'll get it. We'll be fine.
It's untidely, dude.
Yeah. No.
Is that a real word today?
Nope.
Nope. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I ate that up.
Sure did.
Cool. All right. Who's hungry?
That would be your main ate shit for me, is like any usage of the English language.
There's just too much footage of it. Later, Slang.
Go for Todd.
Whoa. Listen to you. It's the same mic, even though it's my mic. Which makes a sound.
Right, because I got a mic to match your mic, and then you were like, kids, get me a better mic so that I don't have to sound like this guy.
I got a mic. I got a mic. Hi, 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 hi. Did you ever see the Little Rascals?
No.
No, because he was singing about his pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, hey, hey. Pretty good, right?
Yeah. It's a wonder that didn't win an Oscar.
What are you talking about? You like the Little Rascals?
Wait, did it win an Oscar?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
Yes. For best portly portrayal by a pubescent teen.
Actually, that was Wilford Brimley.
You know what? He was only like 23 when he did Cocoon.
They really aged him down.
Yeah. He just looked like he was 67. Actually, I think he was only like 43.
At that point, he didn't even have diabetes.